Hi, it's Charlie giving you your midweek video, and it's FOMC as we know. So, the FOMC today is out slightly earlier for those of us who are in UK and Europe because we're slightly out of sync at the moment with the US because they've already pushed their clocks forward for the summer. So, it all kicks off at 6 p.m., not 7 p.m. Now, that's UK time. GMT. Um, The stock market at the moment, the S&P futures here, we can see that the S&P has come up to my trend line here. So it's really going to be interesting to see if it can break through that trend line or not on the back of tonight's FOMC. So we don't know what Jay Powell's going to say just yet. My preference would be to see some more upside. We're seeing some upside based on some positive sentiment towards the Ukraine crisis. So we'll see if what's going to continue there as far as the news that's coming out there. But from a technical perspective, I'd quite like to see some more upside on the S&P here for the time being. And so I'd love to see a technical break of this trend line. But I won't be trading that one tonight. I'm going to be trading probably euro dollar here in the trading room. We've had a great week again in the trading room so far. We just had a great session here at lunchtime today with one of our members talking about going flying solo and trading for him, going full-time trading where he had finished his full-time career and is now a full-time trader. So we did that earlier on, and there's all sorts. And we did sessions last night on using charting sessions and all sorts with technical traders who are used to programming and doing all that sort of stuff as well. So it's all going really well in the trading room at the moment. Now, so I'll be back in there for tonight's FOMC. So with the euro dollar, I think this is of course, I think this is fascinating. You see, I've got some trend channel line here, or lower line that the euro's come down to. The fact that it did that bounce last week, then has pulled back, we're sort of holding up at the moment, and so I think the real interesting thing with the euro at the moment is this channel, but also it's this monthly trend line that it's sitting on at the moment. If I go to the monthly chart, so we're on this monthly trend line, which you can see we're having a bit of a bounce off already there as well. So the way I'm looking at the euro with this, if I put the other feed back on, with what we've got coming tonight, we don't need to speculate too much about what Powell is going to say. What we need to look at is how the market reacts to what he does say. And so at the moment, we don't particularly know what's going to happen. Technically, we've hit some support, yes, but once you start seeing markets coming up like this, it does give retail traders time to start thinking, oh, I'm going to buy this. So there is always that risk. Now, sometimes when a market flies up like it did last week, retail doesn't have much of a chance to get in. But so that's my only concern there as far as the upside is concerned. Excuse me. Is this move that we've just started to have coming to the upside allowed them to come in? But do remember, what do retail do around the world? As markets do start coming up, they start selling. So we'll have to see. Now, technically, though, I think the line in the sand is going to be my 4-hour chart today. So I was saying this in our trading room this morning, that we've had this lovely move whereby price is hugging this 4-hour 50, my black moving average here. So yes, it's bounced off of it now. It's moved away from it so far today. But let's just see what's going to happen once we get post FOMC. So it's a nice line in sand. If we can hold on above that 4-hour 50, then things look progressive for a run within this channel that I've just been showing on the daily charts. If, however, we completely roll back over post FOMC, then do start looking towards these lows down here, and then obviously we have the lows of last week as well. So a fairly straightforward that one in that regard. We've also got a trend line. If I take us back to that 4-hour chart, we've got a nice trend line sitting there as well. So for some of you, you might want to be looking at that trend line, because it may, if it gets a strong close below that, then again that could be an indication of more downside to come. So in the main, I'm that's how I'm looking at it. Just looking at both sides on that 4-hour chart to see which way we are going to either break or hold. If we're going to hold above that 4-hour 50, or we're going to break to the downside, and then I'll start taking decisions based on that price action later today. Stay safe out there. As always, with these big events, they can be volatile, and so do always make sure that you're looking at your risk as well going into an event like that. I shall be back later in the week with some more dedicated videos around, probably around mindset. Take care for now.